Hello everyone. You are welcome again in our English language period, inshallah. As you remember, in the first period, we had things that speak about the English language generally, and we spoke about the parts of speech, especially the noun and the verb, as the noun and the verb are the basic things that, or the basic items that the sentence consists of. Okay. Today we are going to look at another part which is very important. Let us deal with the present simple tense. What is the present simple tense? This is the first type of grammar rules that you will first buy. Okay. Let us look first, what do we mean by the present simple tense? Basically, or the first of all thing that I want to make you sure about, what do we mean by the word tense? As you know, we have about 15 tenses in the English language. So what do we mean by the tense? When we speak about the tense, that means we are dealing with the time of the verb. We are putting a time for the verb. We are dealing with this tense or with this time, okay, according to main things. First, the present word means the time of the action. It is the time of the action, or it means an action that happened more than one time. It's not happening for the first time. It happens more than one time, as it happened every time, as if it is happened for the first time. Okay? For example, I come to school today. That means I am here. Tomorrow, I will come. The action again is going to repeat itself full. Okay? The next day, it will be as if it is happening for the first time, as if it is in the present. So, we mean by present simple tense is an action that happens more than one time, as it happened, as if it is renewing itself every time. So we speak about renewing the action. Today, tomorrow, next tomorrow, for many or several times, as if it is renewing itself every time. This is what we mean by the present simple tense. Okay. Why do we use the present simple tense? Are there main cases I have to use it? Yes, I have 3 times or 3 main types of using for this action. The first time I use this action or I use this verb when I want to speak about facts. Facts. Facts always deals with nature. For example, the sun rises, the consisting of water, the thing that happen in the nature regularly. We spoke about them with using the present simple tense because they are dealing with facts. They are speaking with facts. Things that everybody agree with it. For example, the sun rises. The sun rising. This one of the facts around the world. So every day, the sun rises from east. So what is this? This is one of the elements of the nature, which is the sun. The rising of the sun is fact. So I'm going to use the present simple tense to speak about it. So this is the first usage of this kind of actions. The second one, when I speak about regular actions. The regular action, the regular things that happen more than one time in certain times. Happen more than one time in certain times, different times. Never happens. So I'm going to use this type of actions to speak about, or this type of grammar rule to speak about. Okay, the third usage for it, the third one, when I speak about permanent situation. When I speak about permanent situations, for example, I am a mother, I am a mother, I am a mother. When I am speaking, or when I speak about something like this is a permanent action for me. I am a mother, I am married, I am single. So it's going to take a long time, or it will be permanent. Permanent means happens for a long time, okay? Not partial. So here I'm going to use the present simple tense. So anytime you have an action that can happen more than one time, it can happen in certain times, you are going to use the present simple tense. Okay, let us look at another type, which is very important with this type of actions. The adverbs. The adverbs. Or in some countries, they say keywords. What are the adverbs? What are the keywords for this type of tenses? As you know, any type of grammar rule has its self or its special tools. Any one of them different from the other because they are speaking about the tense, speaking about time. So every time is different from another time. So if you speak about the past, you are going to use another type of adverbs. If you are speaking about the continuous verbs or actions, you are going to use another type of adverbs. So what are the adverbs or the keywords? When I find inside a sentence, that means I am using this type of actions. Okay, we're going to take them one by one. So I have always, usually, often or often in other accents, sometimes, generally, from time to time, regularly, the word is sad, regularly, then I'm going to have another type of using special one, which is time plus a. It's time plus a. And we are going to have an example for that. Then I have rarely. Sorry. Rarely. Which means seldom. Okay. So all these are the adverbs that can I use with the present simple tense. So anytime, as you are an examinee, okay, for the Sudanese certificate, anytime you have any one of these words or keywords or adverbs inside a sentence, that means you will go immediately to have the form of the present simple tense. Put it as follows. Always, usually, often, sometimes, generally, from time to time, regularly, time plus a, and rarely and seldom. Okay, we have never, and we have another one which you are regular with, which is every plus time. So every is open, or we can put it like this, every dot. It can be every day, every month, every weekend, every year, or every Friday. You can put it with the name of the days of the weeks. Okay. So, when I have something like this, when I have the adverbs, when I have the keywords inside a sentence, and then I'm going to deal with the main verb and the main subject of the sentence. Let us look at the sentence. As we have before, we spoke about consisting the sentence, and we said that we are going to put first a noun. This noun will be a name of something or someone, or it can be a pronoun. And as you remember, we have 7 types of pronouns. And we said before, these types of pronouns, the 7 ones, always come instead of a name. For example, if I have the children, it will be they. Okay? The teachers, it will be we. The listener will be you. The speaker will be I. He, she, it for the singular who is absent. It always is for the things or for animals. Okay. This is the beginning of the sentence, so this is number 1. Then, as we said before, we're going to have a verb. And we said that we have 2 types of verbs. The main verb and verb to be. The verb to be here are going to be is, are. So, when I have a sentence that consists or there is a sentence that includes main verb, that means this is another grammar rule I'm going to deal with. But when I have a sentence that there is no verb inside it, it may consist of a noun, a verb to be, and then an adjective. For example, if I want to describe something, I can't put a verb here. I do not need a verb, but I need a verb to be to make the sentence stable. So, let us take an example. Ali is a pupil. Ali is a pupil. So, here I am speaking about Ali to describe him as pupil in the school or as if he is worker or anything. Okay? He can be a pupil or he can be teacher or he can be worker. So, here I use it to describe him. In this case, I'm going to use is to make the sentence stable and to tell that this is a permanent action for Ali. This is a permanent action for Ali. Permanent situation for him. So, it is easy to use the is, are. Okay? When you do not find a verb, it is easy to put any one of them with the noun or with the adjective that describe the doer or the subject. But what can we do when I have a main verb? Always the problem of the students with the main verb, because they do not know the right classification of the verbs. As we said before, we have 3 categories for the verbs. The first one, which is verb 1, verb 2, and verb 3. Verb 1 is the present. Verb 2 is the past. And verb 3 is the past participle. So, it's very important to know about these 3 categories, these 3 classification of the word. How can the word be in a time, in another time in the past, in another time in the past participle, okay? So, you have to regularly to practice or to revise these verbs. So, let us finish from this one. So, when I have the main verb, okay, the main verb is going to be divided according to the pronoun. Look again at the pronouns: I, you, we, they, and then we have he, she, it. We can put them in one category, no problem. When you have I, you are going to use it with I am a mother. I am a teacher. I am female. These are permanent situations. You, we, they are going to be with are, okay? And he, she, it are going to be with is. So let us look when we have main verb. With the main verb, you always have to look at the end of the verb. How does this verb classify? Let us look at normal one. Eat, drink, sleep. When you have any one of these actions, with I, you, we, they, you are going to put them as they are. We call them infinitive. The infinitive verb is the verb itself. You are not going to do anything. You are not going to change anything. You are not going to deal with anything inside the verb. Just take the verb and put it as it is according to the subject, which is the pronoun I, you, we, they. So when you find any one of them, you are going to put them just as they are. If it is eat, it will be eat, drink, sleep, or anything. So, with this group, there is always a problem appear because we do not know how to classify it. We do not know how to deal with it. So, let us take them carefully. First, when you have any one of these, he, she, it, that means you are going to look at the end of the verb. Look at the end of the verb. If it is regular, consonant, letter, you are going just to put the S. So eat will be eats, drink is going to be drinks, and sleep is going to be sleeps. Okay? But if you have an ending which is unusual, some of them end with the letter O, the letter double S, or CH, or SH, or X. Anytime you find a verb like this, like do, like breath, wash, watch, or watch, or mix. Anytime you have a verb like this, you can't just put the S because the pronunciation of the letter will be very difficult. You can say dos, rest, wash, miss. So it will be difficult. So here I'm going to add what? I'm going to add ES. And the sound is going to be za. The sound will be za. So do will be does, go will be goes, dress is going to be dresses, washes, mixes. So here I'm going to add the ES. Okay. There is another type of special cases. When the verb ends with Y. I have a verb end with the letter Y. But the sound of it is going to be different. Look at these two verbs. Play and cry. Okay. Here you have to test the sound of this letter. You have to test the sound of this letter. If the sound of it, yeah, which means it will be preceded by A. So the sound is yeah. Play. So the sound here is different. You are going to add the S immediately. Now look at the second word. Cry. What is the sound of it? It is like this letter, as if it is I. Cry. So here I'm going to change it immediately to this one, and I'm going to put it I, then add ES. So it will be just like this. Let us look at two words again. Study and say. Now listen to the pronunciation. Study. So here I'm going to change it into I, E-S. This one, say, yeah. So I'm going to add the S. So with this type of tenses, you are going to be going again to make an analysis between the pronoun or the subject and going again to the verb, coming again from the verb to look at the pronoun. So you have to make sure that you put it according to this one. You are going to use the S, ES if it is like this, or IES if it is end with Y. No change if it is with I, you, we, they. And we are going to put an exercise on the platform, and then I'm going to wait for the responses from you. Thanks a lot, and see you again.